We are in Florida for the sentencing for defendant Shelby Nealy. This guy pleaded guilty to killing his wife and her family. So now a jury is going to be recommending whether he spend the rest of his life in prison or receive the death penalty. Now, these are for the murders of his in-laws, Richard, Laura, and his brother-in-law, Nicholas Ivancics. You can catch up on the case by watching our coverage this morning, and let's get you the background of how we got to the point of trial. Here's more now from Court TV anchor Ted Rollins.
January 1st, 2019, police in Tarpon Springs, Florida, perform a welfare check at the home of Richard and Laura Ivancics and would make a shocking discovery.
Tarpon Springs detectives executed a search warrant on the location overnight, and the bodies of 3 adults were discovered deceased inside, along with that of 3 dogs. The deceased were in a state of advanced decomposition.
According to the medical examiner, the body of Richard and Laura, as well as their son Nicholas, were found in the house. All had been beaten to death with a hammer. Days later, their son-in-law, 25-year-old Shelby Nealy, was arrested in Ohio. Nealy was married to Richard and Laura's 21-year-old daughter, Jamie.
My sister, Laura, was very concerned about her daughter, Jamie, and she had contacted them a number of times and was never able to communicate with Jamie.
Family members say the last time anyone spoke with Jamie was in January of 2018, about a year before the murders of her parents and brother.
The investigation at this point indicates that she had conveyed to some family members about a year ago that she was planning on leaving. He was able to just trick them into thinking that she was unavailable, she was somewhere else, and she was unavailable for a phone call.
After Nealy's arrest, he stunned investigators by admitting he had not only killed the Ivancics family, but had also killed his wife, Jamie, and buried her in the backyard of their Pasco County home.
My sister and brother-in-law had gone out of their way to try and receive Shelby into their family and into their home. And then for him to react and do something like this, it's kind of hard to comprehend.
Shelby Nealy pled guilty to manslaughter and was sentenced to 30 years for the death of his wife, Jamie. He's also pled guilty to 3 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of her parents and brother. A jury will have to decide if he'll get the death penalty or will spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Okay, so I want to explain something here. So with a case like this one, with a capital case, there are 2 phases of the trial. So there's the guilt-innocence phase, and then there is the penalty phase. And so because of the pleas, we don't have the guilt-innocence phase playing out in front of a jury where there's evidence on that. He's pleaded. So it goes right to phase 2. So this is what's called a bifurcated trial. Fancy word for 2 parts. So this is part 2 we're in. So this is the penalty phase we're in. So let's go into the courtroom on Wednesday. We're going to start back from the unaired footage you haven't seen yet. Here we go.
Do you recall the people who lived on the corner near the mailboxes in your neighborhood at 1954 Juanita Way?
Yes.
How did you know them?
They had purchased the house, and they had moved in, not quite sure when. I know it was 2018 probably. And she had a pair of kissing Dutch people statues, and I had asked her when she was out in her yard if I could have those. And then she said yes, and so I gave them Christmas cookies, and she and I met at the mailbox and talked briefly. So I knew them in passing.
Okay. Did you see her around the neighborhood fairly often?
Really just going to the mailbox. She and her husband weren't much for the pool or being out and about, walking their dogs. I did see her walking the dogs.
Okay. Now, did there come a time in December of 2018 where you stopped seeing her walk the dogs?
Yes. As far as an exact date, it was just before Christmas. I know that.
Would it be fair to say that it was sometime around the middle of the month?
Yes.
Did you ever see her out and about with her grandchildren that month?
Yes, she had, I think I was told that they were 3 years old and 2 years old, and her grandchildren were visiting, and they would walk with her, walking the dogs.
Now, after the point came where you stopped seeing her out and about walking the dogs, did you ever see her out of her residence at any point after that?
No.
Did you ever see anybody else in the vicinity of the residence after you stopped seeing her?
Yes, there was a young man outside the residence on 2 occasions. I saw him, and he was doing what looked like landscaping, but he was digging a trench, and it was about 3 to 4 feet deep, and at the time I saw him, it was at least 6 feet long.
Did that strike you as odd?
Yes. I remember telling my friend in Wisconsin that there's some guy digging what appears to be a grave outside of this house, but I said, it's just odd that he's out there digging this trench.
So is that what it looked like to you then?
It looked like a grave, yeah. I mean, the dimensions, to me, look like a grave.
Had you ever seen that man in the neighborhood prior to when you saw him out digging the grave?
No.
Was anybody with him when he was digging the grave?
His children were outside with him. I was walking my dogs, and they started to run over because they wanted to pet the puppies, and I had to tell him to not have his kids approach my dogs because they weren't used to children.
Were you concerned with what might happen?
Yeah.
Now, after you saw the man a couple times in front of that residence digging the hole, did you ever see anybody else in front of that residence afterwards?
No.
Now, did there come a time that the police came out to the residence and there was quite a commotion there?
Yeah, that was January 1st of 2019.
What do you remember?
In the afternoon, they were putting up crime scene tape.
Okay. Did the police ever come speak to you about what you might have seen?
Yes. During the first couple weeks of January, there was a meeting at the clubhouse by the police, and the detectives asked if you had seen anything, no matter how small, please come forward. So I talked to the detective, and then they did send a detective to my house to take my statement.
Okay. And did you tell them what you had seen at that time?
Yes.
Did they subsequently send an investigator out named James Quinlan to show you what was called a photo pack?
Yes.
Were you able to take a look at that photo pack at that time?
Yes, he showed them to me one at a time.
Now, when you looked at that photo pack, did you identify the person you had seen digging that grave in front of the residence in that photo pack?
Yes.
Oh my. Okay, remember, we're in the penalty phase, so we're hearing witness testimony in front of the jury. In Florida, this jury is going to make a recommendation to the judge of life or death for this defendant.